Okay. This is a test of a new setup. I have no idea if it's working yet. Give me a moment. If everything works fine, okay, we've got picture on the internet. Sweet. So this should be the highest quality streaming we've had thus far, because I think I have a decent internet connection now. And check this out. This is the tripod for the camera, as the sound of the toilet flushing, and I've got a proper harness made of recycled PSU parts, clamped on, power bank there, and HDMI out, going all the way to the streaming PC over there where you can see what we're transmitting. I've got a 20 megabit internet link, which I'm hoping is to be reliably stable, so that perhaps we can do a bit more streaming in the future. For the time being, I don't trust it at all since it's on 4G, and we are lagging as hell on... yeah, that is lagging quite badly. Now, why would that be lagging? That is disconcerting. Okay, technical difficulties. Why would that be lagging? Because we should really not be maxing out our bandwidth in the slightest. How annoying. Is it still lagging? Need to wait 10 seconds for YouTube to catch up. Watch my beautiful behind in the meantime. Oh yeah, that is lagging. Why is that lagging? We're maxing out the CPU. Let's see if we can change that on the fly. Let's go to faster. Is that working? Are we going to drop CPU? We are not dropping CPU. Well, that's excellent. So you really cannot... well, that's weird. I think people change these settings all the time. Can we change the bitrate instead then? 4 megabits. No, we're setting steady at 80% CPU usage. That's not welcome to the broken stream. Excellent. I should probably have tested this before starting, shouldn't I? But that's what you get with free content, I guess. Can we really not adjust these settings on the fly? Nope, seems not, so I'm just gonna have to restart the stream. Goodbye! Oh god, what? No, this is not what I told it to do. Why is this going out on the wrong channel? I'm not back, this is going out on the wrong channel. I'm trying to stream this to the trash bag, but it's failed. But at least we don't seem to be lagging anymore. So I guess that point is moot. Or are we lagging? Oh no, we aren't lagging. Yeah, that seems to be fine. Well, that's a relief. Are you repairing a PC power supply? No, we are not repairing a PC power supply. We are going to do something far more exciting. We're going to dig through old wiring, because I've got a shit ton of this stuff to go through. And I figured I might as well waste your time as well as mine, because this isn't the most exciting activity. How should we angle this? This camera is not wide angle at all. That's as wide as she goes. Oh, okay. So yeah, don't have high expectations. We're just going to be sorting through some wiring to see whether or not the stream is actually capable of working. I just want to test this whole setup. So the story behind this wiring is I got to raid an old industry today. Got myself all this wiring and lovely electrical cabinet that's sitting. That's the thing there, and I'm going to use this to revamp the solar system sometime this year and do some stuff a bit more properly, because right now it's all cobbled together and in large not doing very well because I've used all the wrong kinds of supplies to put it together, because, well, my solar system is built entirely out of scrap. So we need to go through this wiring in order to figure out what's of good enough quality to use. I've of course got a million banana boxes to make acoustic panels out of, but I haven't gotten around to doing that yet. The old acoustic panels are working quite well. Excellent for smoke. The stream seems to be keeping up quite well. Someone thought I was going to fix a piece of power supply. Sorry, I don't think I mentioned that. We're going to be sorting through wiring. I have no idea what's actually in here. I just went through and ripped it out. So I figured we'd kind of try and sort it into longer and shorter pieces. And thicker and thinner stuff. Probably going to need a couple more boxes. So this is decent. This is like a 4 conductor, 4 square millimeter wiring. This is going to be decent for batteries. So I think we'll have a fair amount of this 4 square millimeter stuff. So I can get a box actually. That's a box full of 4 square millimeter, 4 conductor wire. What we do not need a box for is the 1.5 square millimeter stuff, because there's just so much of it. This is, like, some of this wiring is ancient. This is 2 conductor, solid core, black and blue wire. So this is like, has to be at least 30 years old, and that's among the newer stuff in this pile. Now this is 2 conductor. I think that's most of the 3 conductor stuff actually. And this is this is properly old. We got grey and black conductors. So this is going to be from the era before they even really had standards for wiring. 1.5 square millimeter solid core. This is probably 60s stock. What a nice piece though. If it's got enough integrity to be used is another question. We'll have to figure that out if I try to use it at some stage. I should probably strip some of this stuff in order to have something to wrap it up with as well, because all of this is going to become a complete disaster if I don't make an effort to actually wrap it up. So what's this? This is 3 conductor. 3 conductor. Out of focus. Why is that not focusing at all? There you go. 3 conductor. Black, blue and ground. So this is also really old stuff. It's gonna be perhaps 70s, because the official wire colors here in Finland are for all modern things, it's blue for the neutral, brown for the live, and green and yellow for the earth. And anything which doesn't adhere to those color codes is going to be ancient, because they've been around since probably the 80s or something like that. It's a quite old standard, and you're not allowed to actually use stuff that doesn't adhere to that standard in new installations. So that's why cabling like this, which basically just has random old color codes, is practically worthless today. Scrap prices for it is barely anything since it's plastic sleeved, so it's decent for a scavenger like me to put into weird DC projects. What's the chat say? Doing a slab squat. Mono price is cheap, 99% copper wire. Well, this is free. Who cares? Put a color shrink on them. Well, the electrical company is going to care if you actually install these in a house. Someone misses British wire. Colors: red for live, black for neutral, green and yellow for earth. Yeah, we've got some of that stuff here actually. Maybe, I don't know. Never mind. I've got red, blue and black in these outdoors cables. These are actually quite good. I'm thinking about using, if we have a long enough chunk of this stuff, I'm going to use this for the solar panels, because this is like what's it, underground cable. This is the kind of stuff you're supposed to just throw underground and it's handling itself. Right now my solar panel cabling is something like this stuff, which is not at all even made for outdoors use, not just waiting for it to well, cease working. I'm gonna, where the hell is my wire stripper? Oh god, I don't think I have a wire stripper at hand. That's a smart move. Oh bloody hell, I have no idea where my wire stripper might be, so I'm just gonna grab a knife, because you make do. Across the old lee bow, because we're gonna have to strip some of this in order to make wrappers. This is 4 conductor 2.5. Huh, what an oddball. What's this? More 4 conductor 2.5 square mil. That's at least stripped enough to handle itself. Ugh. There we go. Oh, there we go. Pre-terminated in the finest terminals. Oh, that's crusty. Black, black, brown and blue. I have no idea. That is quite non-compliant. 4 conductor 2.5, that's 4 conductor 2.5. Make a part of that right there. What's next? Ugh. Oh, now we're talking. This is the old Nordic standard. We've got red, which is live. I believe... oh no, red is... I'm pretty sure red is actually ground, black is live, and grey is neutral. But yeah, red is ground on these like old ancient Nordic installations. Sometimes don't take my word for it. Don't go touching red and thinking it's safe, because obviously that's not going to always be the case. There's a reason they retired that system. Well, that's free conductor 1.5. Put it. Actually, let's strip some of this stuff because it's so useless, and turn it into little pieces to wrap wires with. Because this, like anything that's following the red, grey, black code is gonna be so old. Like this is gonna be original cabling from when that industry it came from was built in 1969. So it is surprisingly pliable, I must say. It seems to be decent quality stock, because it's not entirely ruined by time. But yeah, I've got enough of a new wiring to not need this. What? Jesus. That is surprisingly durable. It's got an actual rubber sock. Huh. This stuff is usually plastic. Right, you come. Let's just strip this whole length, I think. This is some stubborn cable, I must say. Surprisingly durable. It's quite common for these old ones to just basically fall apart, because the old early plastic cables, they just turn so brittle with time. Well, this one seems to be decent. Almost regretting shredding it now. Yeah, I am regretting shredding it just because it's so bloody well hard. I really wish I knew where I had my wire strippers. My proper mains wire strippers, that is. That would make this so much easier. Manly man noises. What's the chat saying? What's the blue wire for? Blue in the Nordics is neutral, according to current standard. In the past, blue could be anything. In fact, anything could be anything. Someone's asking, where did you find all this? This is coming from an old industry which we're cleaning out its stores of like retired electrical stuff. There wasn't really any technical things, but we got an electrical box and a shit ton of these wires. Which is, well, is good. I've got other sources for other things. Wiring in general is hard to come by since copper is so expensive. But these guys were bros and gave it to me in exchange for just making it disappear. I should live up to the stream name as well. Cloaked figure. This is unrippable. I am utterly surprised. Whew. Yeah, this is not getting ripped. That's ridiculous. Maybe this is enough to... to just wrap some wiring, for fuck's sake. Wow, this is ridiculously hard. Oh, it's twisted, no wonder. That's odd. You do not usually... Like, if you have a look here, the wire is actually twisted like an Ethernet cable. That is odd. Why on earth would they do that for a mains cable? Maybe this was intended as some kind of control thing. Data cable, but why on earth would they use 1.5mm copper for a signal wire? That makes no sense at all. Very odd indeed. Oh well. It's dead now. Man, this rubber is some awful stuff. Oh. Shush. That was hardcore. Quite hardcore. Into a corner you go. Snip. You are trash. Okay, now we can keep working on actually useful wiring. After I pull my pants up so you don't have to see my admittedly lovely behind. There you go. Yeah, the reason for that whole escapade was because this thing is an entire mess. I want to get it properly wrapped up. But I don't think any of this mess is anywhere near the end. I think it basically just... yeah, it's coming out somewhere on the middle of the roll, which is very annoying. Seems just the center core has kind of fallen out. Oh man. What a bother. One of these wraps is supposed to be going the other way. Or perhaps it was just not ever wrapped properly to begin with. Again, this is used wiring. It's going to have all kinds of kinks and bends in it at random. Come on. Get collected. Yeah, this is horrible. What you make do? You get what you pay for. Let's just wrap this up and be done with it. Long roll of free conductor, 1.5 square millimeter. Where's my side cutters? Where did I put them? Are they on the floor? Oh, God damn it. There they are. Snip. Oh. Ah, yeah, we don't need another wrap of that. Well, that's beautiful. One down. Garbage goes on the side. What's the chat say? This is going to be a 4-month stream if he's going to strip all that for copper. We are not stripping it for copper, don't worry. We are just stripping some of it in order to wrap the good stuff up. Oh. Talking about million amp fuses. That's not good. I don't think there's a standard for a million amp fuse. At some stage I need to get around to going through the old 48 volt backup system I got sitting around, because that thing is a piece of art. Like I have, I might be able to show you. Let's see if I've got long enough wires to do this. Let's see. In there, behind the door, is one piece of a rack that used to be a 48 volt backup system. And as you can see, it reaches pretty much from floor to ceiling in here. And it's a 21-inch rack with space for a shit ton of batteries and a shit ton of 48 volt chargers. I think it's like a 450 amp units or something like that. Oh no, not 50 amp, it's going to be more like 10 amps or something. But it's a pretty decent, like 2 or 3 kilowatts rated system, which I intend to recycle and in some way use for the solar system. I think I'm just going to cut the rack into smaller pieces because it doesn't fit inside the room where the solar system is, and just use the chargers and charge controller just as an offline solution. It's also got like 20 or so 5 amp breakers in it for different 48 volt circuits, which is very handy. This is more 2-core 1.5 square millimeter. We'll put that in the pile with the rest. The 2-core 1.5 square mil is pretty trash. There's just no conductor area in that at all. This is 3-core, black, blue and earth, and out of focus because this camera's garbage. Yeah, starts to focus. Non-standard ancient wire, but it goes in the 3-core pile with all the other stuff. And this is 3-core, red, grey and black. More ancient stuff. This is some of the stuff was stripped, just a longer piece. And this is more of the same. 3-core 1.5 square, red, grey and black. Hey, we got power socket. 3 power sockets. And this is a short piece of 5-core 2.5 square mil. That's like normal 3-phase cable. Let's put that in a box. I think there might be enough of it to warrant a box. I don't know though, haven't gone through this at all. Oh, this is looking nice. This is looking very nice. Perhaps, depending on how many pieces this is in. So this seems to be, I think, multi-conductor, 2, like multi-strand, 2-conductor, 6 square mil, And this is some 5 conductor 2.5 kind of hiding out in there. We need to separate these guys. Apply some wiring apartheid. Pure wiring racism. This is a decent chunk of 6 square mil. This is good battery wiring. This is like this is a few meters actually. Maybe 7-8 meters or so. A decent chunk. A very decent chunk indeed. This is like the kind of stuff I want to use to wire my batteries up with. Oh god, air compressors, letting out the smoke. Did I make a box for this? No, this was like mini conductor. Let's just make a box for the fat wires. That'll be good. No one cares about the conductors, they're just fat wires. Firth, I think you need to go to Cable Collectors Anonymous. No, I don't, because I'm not collecting cables, I'm just acquiring them for usage. What's that behind? Welder talk. I know nothing about welders. Someone says, use some of that wire as extension cables. It's not part of a house, so it's outside the rules. You don't use single strand wiring for an extension cable. It's going to fall apart as the copper work hardens. Free conductor 1.5. There's going to be so much free conductor 1.5. And this is 5 conductor 2.5. We have a box for that. Neat and tidy. Let's wrap that. See, it's not collecting if you're just acquiring it for a purpose. You just need to make sure you're really good at finding out purposes. Where did my side cutters go? There they are. Do you need money? Everyone needs money. Everyone needs money. But even if you do have money, it's fun to chase down things. Like there are many things I could buy, but I prefer finding them. Because it's the chase rather than the catch. Free conductor 1.5. And there's a scooter song about that. The chase is better than the catch, and then the Euro techno starts. European people are going to get that, Americans won't. This is 5 conductor 1.5. Oh, that's annoying. 1.5. What's this? That's like 4 conductor 1.5. Oh, let's just multi-conductor 1.5 goes there. 3 conductor 1.5. Wrap this up neat and tidy. Throw it in the pile. Starting to get quite a bit of 3 conductor 1.5 by now. Oh, this is some heavy stuff. Oh, this is probably powered a big motor. Oh, or a central. Yeah, probably gone to central. This is... I think this is 5 conductor, 10 square mil. Whoa! Trying to rip my mic off. Ah, yeah, that's decent stock. It's such a short piece, it's practically useless. But still. Ooh, could be used for some really short... could be used for batteries, I suppose. But it's a bit too thick for a 48 volt system. Ugh. Jesus. Ah. Man, this stuff is really wishing to maintain its shape. There we go. We'll just put that in the fat wires box. There you go. Moving on. Someone's highlighting me. How bad, FF Cossack? I don't know. Everything. How bad do I need money? Very badly. Everyone needs money very badly. Everyone. ZX says that wire could be useful in the van. Oh yeah, I suppose. But in the van it's generally needing thicker wires for things which need lots of power, and thinner wires for things which don't. And this is, I think, 2 conductor 1.5. Yeah, ancient grey and black 2 conductor 1.5. Pretty trashy. I think they used this to like run a bunch of monitoring. Like they'd have sensors on the 1.5 2 wire. Because I don't think they'd actually power something without ground, even in an old industry. Let's see. Now this one is a mess. Looks like more 2 conductor 1.5. Yeah, same as the other stuff. 2 conductor 1.5. So could be useful for some DC application, but yeah, pretty useless for anything mains related. Who needs to go to the gym when you have cables to go through? There's a nice full body activity. Oh, come on. Where are you heading up to? Ah, this is going all wrong. There we go. There's an end in sight. This could be used to like run ridiculous low current 5 volt supplies or something. Power a router over USB halfway across the house. Something dumb like that. Ooh. .5 square millimeter 2 conductor cable. How worthless. But we'll keep it around. Just for shits and giggles. Ooh, there you go. What does the chat say? Craig Nearing says, hey mate, hello there Craig. Electro Ash says, I was wondering how challenging sorting out a few wires would be until I clicked the vid, lol.
Wondering indeed, we are providing answers. I thought it would be just a few patch cables or something. Oh no, I would not stream that, because it would be over too quickly. Is this nerd porn? That depends. Oh my god, so many cables. Oh, okay, that's the chat for this time, right? Snip. This is... like, this has to have been... I think it must be signal-wise, since it's grey. I know, grey and black, that's going to be live and neutral, so yeah. This has been intended as ancient power cable. Into the file. Ugh. There's so much random crash. I wish this camera had a wider lens.
Any monitori. That's something in Finnish. Any monitori. What's that? Google Translate to the rescue. Translate.google.com. Any monitori. Sound monitor. Okay. So this must have gone to some audio monitoring stuff. Pure Ski says, cool, my first FF Cossacks live stream. Hello. Hello there. Glad to have you. Has the stream frozen? Did the stream just freeze? Oh god. This is looking frozen. Technical difficulties. Please do not be frozen. Oh no, it's not frozen. Or maybe it's frozen? Stream did not freeze. Okay. Good. Let's keep going. Gonna need screwdrivers to take this apart. Flathead screwdriver, I don't have any. Right here, I don't think. Gonna have to fetch one. That's actually not a bad looking power outlet. It could be recycled. Ooh. I generally have a preference for old power outlets, actually, when I get a chance to use them, because A, they don't have the annoying baby flaps. I can poke any kind of finger in there I want, and they tend to be much higher quality, feel much better when you plug them in. Usually the contacts are of much higher quality, etc. Jeez, these screws go on forever. Now the contacts also tend to be nickel plated, like these. You can see they are grey, or if the new ones seem to be some kind of brassy thing, which it does not feel as good. It feels softer. Feels like the earth prongs might be much more likely to actually break off. There we go. How the hell are these? Oh, this is one of these annoying fast connect outlets. Let's see if we can actually manage to get this apart. We're supposed to poke something in there, force it up, no? How the hell do you get these apart? Are these even supposed to come apart? Is it the type you... oh yeah, it's the type you just twist these and pull, and sometimes the cable pops out. There you go. That's the part. There's a decent outlet. I will recycle this. It's much harder, nicer plastic than the new ones. It looks better, it's not all round. It's nice, square and compact. Vintage. Probably not made in China. Yeah, we don't need to have it together more than enough to make sure we don't lose the screws. Good enough. Good enough. Where were we? So that was attached to the big yellow. There's something red in the chat. What's that? Oh god. The stream is frozen on this PC. Why is it frozen? It's just not playing. Where are we in chat? Any monitoring. Yeah, good finish. Thank you. Gimme custom. Gimme custom. Judging from your outfit, you might as well be in a freezer. This room is about 10 degrees C. Someone should make an FF Cossack soundboard. No. I am not worthy of a soundboard. I am not that witty. Sorry to disappoint. I wish my stream would cease being frozen, because it is annoying not knowing whether or not my transmission is going out. And coming from a world of, like, proper TV transmission, unreliable monitoring solutions annoy me greatly, because that's unacceptable in any real production environment. This is free conductor, black, blue and ground. So this is another one of those intermediate things where black is live, blue is neutral, and ground is obviously ground. But this is going to be like probably 80s cable or something like that. Quite old, it's in really bad shape. Someone's done an awful job of wrapping this up at some time. So at some point rather. So this is garbage really. The copper in this is going to be so work hardened, and it's never ever going to look straight ever again. And not even in a good way. Ugh. But we'll keep it around. It can be useful for some trashy project. Oh. It's also yellow and dirty. That begs for like a Chinese porn joke. Yellow and dirty. Free conductor. Stay in place, you dirty yellow bitch. Haha. Free conductor 1.5. There's so much of that. Apparently shrinking.
What's the chat got to say? Not too much. Have you found 20-meter HDMI cord from garbage? I have found a 5-meter HDMI cord in the garbage. That's what you're watching me through right now.
It surprisingly works. Which is good because my old 5-meter HDMI cord doesn't work. This is 2 conductor 1.5, like all the other. Well, we got a zip tie with this one. 2 conductor grey and black 1.5.
Oh, this one looking modern and in an entirely tangled mess. What's this? Oh, what's this? 3 conductor. Is it 2.5 or 1.5? This might be 2.5. Oh man. Nokia branded, so it's ancient. Do we have any writing on this? I'm awful at telling apart 1.5 and 2.5. It feels heavier than 1.5. What's it look like? Oh no. Ah man, this is difficult. I'm gonna have to strip a little bit of this. If it's 2.5, it's decent, because that's thick enough to be used as like a low current battery wire. But if it's 1.5, then it's just in the pile with all the other stuff. But I do think this might be 2.5 square millimeter. Let us find out. Knife. Oh. Okay. How does this compare to 1.5? Let's have a look. Whoa. So this is definitely out of focus 1.5. This is the wire we're looking at, and it's also out of focus. But I would say it's thicker. Yep. It is thicker, so this is 2.5. Useful. Very useful. 2.5 can handle... Is it... I think it's 16 amps. But since it is considerably more copper, you get very much lower voltage drops in a DC application. So that's good. That is good. I don't really remember what I decided to throw in different boxes. That's multi-conductor heavy gauge wire. So we really... I should bring out another box for just 2.5, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Let's bring out another box for the 2.5. Was this one we were talking? Yeah. I'm gonna bring a marker and write down what each box contains, because else I'm just going to become confused
and never be able to figure out what's what again. So this is 2.5 square millimeter. This is fat. And this is what was it? What's this? 4 conductor? No, this is like multi-conductor. More than 3 conduct. There we go. And we have 3 labeled boxes. That is good. So, what am I doing? Someone's getting a Skype call upstairs. I hope the whole phone conversation isn't going to pipe through my mic. What's what chat's got to say? I'm starting to understand Louis Rossman, because this YouTube chat thing is impossible to keep up with. Yeah, I've got no idea who said what and when. I'm just gonna ignore you. I got no other choice. I need to get this done. What's this? This is mod 2 conductor 1.5. Black and blue. We have so much 2 conductor 1.5, it's silly. It is silly. It's probably 20% 2 conductor 1.5. No, then 20% 3 conductor 1.5. And the rest is just kind of random. What the hell is this? This is multi-conductor. Let's put this in the multi-conductor box. That's a clever thing to do. There we go. Multi-conductor box. It's thinning out. We're getting somewhere. 2 conductor 1.5. Now this is 2 conductor 1.5. So much 2 conductor 1.5. They must have been running a lot of sensors through this stuff. Probably like thermostats. All that kind of stuff. They often run room thermostats through 2 conductor mains wiring, although they used to in the industry because it's cheap in bulk. Oh god, this is... oh wow. Ancient. I think this might be like ancient 3-phase wiring with no ground, because we've got weird colours. We've got red, blue, grey and black. Those were often used for phases, so we've got probably neutral and one of them in 3 phases. I think that's how this is intended to work, but this thing is rock solid. Like, you can't quite easily see it, but yeah, that's a very hard cable. But we'll throw it in the multi-conductor bin. And you are more of the same stuff. 4 conductors, red, black, grey and blue. Super long strip makes it easy to store. And wanna take a guess? 2 conductor to 1.5 square millimeter. So many sensors. And this is, I think this is 4 conductor 2.5. Oh yeah, this is 4 conductor 2.5 because it's got that written on it, and that means double fan, and I know which fan this went to, and it was fused by enough to require 2.5 square millimeter wire. Good. I also know that that wire is incredibly work hardened because it's been mongered around for years. 4 conductor, weird colors, rock hard. Oh, just listen to that. That's not the sound you want a wire to make, like cracking plastic. You don't want your wires to be making cracking plastic noises, because that's not a good thing. That means they're falling apart on the inside and are probably going to short out and kill you and fall out of the boxes. Ugh. There we go. Ooh. Oh, this is looking nice. I think this is 4 square, perhaps? No, 6. Big roll of 6 square millimeter. This is a few meters. About a meter per turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 meters. Could be 5, 6 meters of this stuff. Not bad. 2 conductor, 6 square mil in the fat box. And this is 1, 2, 4 conductor, 1.5, somewhat modern, because it's brown, black, blue and ground. Okay, fair enough, into the multi-conductor box it goes. And this is more of the same stuff. That's it as far as the white ones go. And what was this? Did I mark this box? This is 2.5 square mil. Okay. So let's have a quick roll up of what we've got thus far. If I can fit my way to the camera. And remember not to rip my nice harness apart. So that's the pile of 2 conductor 1.5. That's the pile of 3 conductor 1.5. So that's the sense wires, that's normal mains wiring, but most of this stuff is really worn out. Not really too reliable anymore. This is the multi-conductor stuff for like 4 and 5 conductors. That's the fat box with like the 6 mil wires and stuff of that nature. That's decent. That's going to be my new battery wiring. And over there we've got a huge, long, nice continued roll of 2.5 square mil. I don't remember how many conductors there were. And then we've got all of this, and I don't think I'm going to go through these in detail, the black ones, because they're just kind of niche. I just took them because, why not? I'll throw them in the barn if they're not useful. But if we do have a long chunk of black stuff, then we can possibly use it to wire up the solar panels with some more appropriate wire. Yeah, this is just a short piece. What's this? Another quite short piece, like
1.5 square millimeter 4 conductor. Pretty trashy. Pretty trashy. Ooh. Ugh, yeah, so much like 3 conductor plus screen, 1.5 square mil. This could be some 2.5. There was like 3 conductor something. What's the fat one? Oh, hang on, fat one here. Oh, we have one which is slightly fatter than the others. Seems to be like a 4 square mil 2 conductor. So that's decent, but I don't think there's enough of it to be of much use to anyone. Yeah, pretty trashy. Pretty trashy. And this guy is decent chunk of 3 conductor 2.5 square mil plus screen, maybe 10 meters at the most. So yeah, none of this is going to be long enough to actually reach from the house to my solar panels, so not much luck with these, sadly. I was hoping we would have a long chunk of them, because then I would be able to wire my solar panels up so much nicer, but I don't think that is to be. Oh well. We do at least have enough stuff to actually wire the solar box up more properly. And we have got a new electrical box. Have a look at that. Isn't that nice? That's way better than what I had before. This is like, I think, for 225 amp and 180 amp breaker. A couple of old neon indicators and a freeway switch. And there's some DIN rails on the inside. Don't have a key to open it right now. I think that's about it. Phew, whoa. And that is the point where I'm just going to check the chat and end this stream, because I want to clean up, and that's not very interesting to watch. So, someone, Vladimir Learning says, hey ho, first time I see stream on this channel. Hello there. Hope you enjoyed it. Someone says, the 2-wire black and grey cables are probably from the 60s. The red is mostly used as earthing. Yes indeed. Some of these are 60s wiring. Red for ground, it never ever made any sense. Message retracted. What secrets did you spill? Oh well, I think I'm gonna end it there. Let's just have a quick look at how well my camera rig's fared, because I've actually got no idea how good this power bank is at powering this camera. Let's have a gander. For those who weren't around for the first few moments of the stream, just look at that beautiful, beautiful recycled PC power supply looming there, running just a HDMI and a power cord, going to a power bank. 3 out of 4 bars, that's not bad. And we've got HDMI gender changer there, and long ass HDMI cord running along the floor to the streaming PC over there. And wow, the bench I think we have what might be becoming a secondary streaming PC, because I want to have a more portable one sitting behind the chair that is giant. So I think we're going to end it there. Click. Ooh. Thank you for watching.
Perhaps we can get a few more streams going now that the streaming setup actually works.
Take care, you guys.